Okay, I'm going to go through the steps of how to take this seat off this cart and put on a transport foot, I call it. I'm just going to use a small adjustable wrench and a 1/2 inch open end. Just showing that you can do this with a minimum of tools. I have lock nuts on these bolts for the seat because they do tend to vibrate loose sometimes. It's been known to happen anyway. So the lock nuts will prevent that. So you got to take these bolts right out. I'll take the bolt out. Try not to lose my little lock nut. Set that aside. These little spacers that sit in there, they just sit there and hold the seat up. I just put the bolt back into the left one. So the left one has a bolt in it. The right one, its bolt is loose. Now, I need a 9/16 wrench, or you can use your small adjustable wrench to loosen these bolts that lock the seat from place from sliding. Just loosen them off like so. And then you can grab a hold of the seat, just gently wiggle, push it ahead, and it comes right off. This is what I call a transport foot. You put it in from the back. Like so. You put it in to where this lines up basically, pretty close to the line with the back of your tires. Go like so. And then tighten these locking bolts down. Don't have to be horrendously tight, just snug them down good, like so. Now, I can take this cart and I can stand it right up on that foot, like so. This way the cart only has an overall width of about 30" from top to bottom, from one end to the other. And it'll fit into most angle haul trailer stalls. If you're going to haul it, these shafts then can come out. Now, right at the moment, this is a sliding footman's loop, which has not been locked in place yet because it has not been adjusted for the horse as to where this has to go. This is a lock collar that once your shafts are set, you slide that tight to the shaft base, line the bolts heads up this way in a line, tighten that down, and that acts as a depth stop and as a marker for the in and out turn of the shafts. So you can loosen these two bolts, pull the shaft tips out, it's obvious which is left and right, and they have that stopper. You just drop it in, line the bolt heads up, and tighten them down. So the cart's only this tall when it's in your trailer. This particular cart has the first time I've tried another feature on this cart, and I think that this is probably the easiest position to adjust this in. Now, this spindle for the it's an independent suspension, and there's a spindle here that the wheel mounts on. So all you have to do is loosen the top bolt. So this bolt here, I'm going to get my wrench set.
Try to get in position.
And I'm just going to loosen this top bolt off. There, just loosen it. The bottom bolt you have to take out. Now I don't have lock nuts on these because I've never had one try to loosen off. It's a tight steel on steel fit. When the thing is tight, it seems to be tight and it stays that way. Now, see, I need to just pop that bolt out of there like so. And then I hang on this and I just lift the cart slightly and I rotate that around to that hole. And I put the bolt through like so. And I put the nut on like so. And then I tighten these bolts up. Now, if you want to get a little quicker and fancier with this, you can use two 9/16 open end wrenches. You can use a ratchet and a socket on the one side. And you snug them down good. And then you retighten the other bolt. And there you have it. And what that has done is it's moved the spindle from here up to here. Almost 4 inches height difference. So that's pretty straightforward. The other one's just the other side of the cart. It goes the same way. I can go ahead and do it and on another video maybe just so you can see the height difference. But that really dramatically lowers the cart. It lowers it by almost 4 inches without changing anything else on the cart. It doesn't change how the suspension works. It doesn't change the setting of the shafts really per se. Now you might want to do that if you're hooking a smaller horse in the cart, like a 34-inch horse instead of a 38. You may also want to do this simple move when you make the transition from doing your dressage and cones phase of a CDE to your marathon phase. Drops the center of gravity 4 inches, makes the cart that much more stable. It's not that it's unstable at that higher height, it is not, but it changes the look, and you could even say it's part of showmanship. You go from a tall, elegant looking presentation down to the low, lean, mean look for the marathon. So there we have it, a transport foot and my new adjustable spindle. Oh, I want to just throw in, you can take this right off with both bolts and turn it over and then do the same thing, reverse. So what that does is it allows you 1 point, an inch, another inch, and the last inch. You can actually move this up and down 4 inches, 1 inch at a time, simply by how you position that. But the maximum movement is what I just did. And to put it back, I would pull this bolt out, leave the center one, the center of the mount, leave the center one in, but just loosen it. And you just roll that around to the other side, put the bolt back in, tighten it down. So there we have it.
Okay.